Tom Brady threw for 4,057 yards last year, which was 7th best in the league. That is insane.
Wow.
Yes, we're back again. We're back again.
Hey, let's pump up the volume.
Right here.
If you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe. If you hit that bell, you'll get notification anytime that we go live or put out new content, which is daily.
So does anyone else believe that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans will have a worse fantasy season this year? And this was something we talked a little bit about when we were talking about Brady just getting signed. So, Johnny, why don't you chime in here on your thoughts on Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, this new system, obviously Tom Brady replacing Jameis Winston.
Yes, 100%. This should be talked about more, and I'm surprised it's not. Listen, I totally get it. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's the greatest that has ever played at the quarterback position. If you want to at me, go ahead. I'm not saying any shocking news. I don't think to anybody. But here's the thing. Father Time is undefeated. No matter what we want to say, and no matter how much we want to joke.
I need to preface that. I need to preface that because 2 years ago,
we did say
Johnny said the same thing about Tom Brady.
Hey, and I 100%. But now,
eventually, you will be right.
Eventually, yes, and I will keep doubling down each time. It's kind of like what's the Great Short, right? Dude just kept doubling down.
Big Short,
yeah, The Big Short.
Yeah.
Like it's going to happen. We know that this is going to happen. It's just a matter of being when, if not when, or sorry, it's a matter of when, not if. And so for me, it could happen this year. There is a big reality, and. You know, although I'm not putting a lot and a ton of weight in saying that they're going to all of a sudden go from being top fantasy options to being bottom of the barrel, I don't think the cliff will be that steep. But yeah, there is some concern that Tom Brady is not going to be able to get the ball down the field. Now, with that being said, I think this affects Mike Evans more than Chris Godwin, because Chris Godwin operates more around the line of scrimmage. He's getting the more over the middle dump offs, which is fine for Tom Brady. That part doesn't drop off that much. It's not the dink and the dunk part that drops off. It's the long bombs. We saw this with I mean, even Mr. Noodle Arm, Peyton Manning, when he went down, it wasn't the short passes that were the problem. It was the long bombs that turned into the long ducks. That was the issue. So,
well, you look at like last year, Jameis Winston is the league leader in yards. And I don't think that I would be very shocked if we came into this year and saw Tom Brady lead the league in yardage. I understand the system that Bruce Arians wants to run, but Brady's arm is not what it was. We can argue this till the cows come home, but I'm telling you, I watched him last year. He's not the same. I know there was wide receiver help that he needed, but he's not the same. But if you're looking at this team or these two guys, Chris Godwin was wide receiver 2 in PPR formats, with Mike Evans being wide receiver 16 in PPR formats. So like Johnny said, it was already going to be kind of an uphill battle for Mike Evans because he was already kind of usurped, I believe, in a lot of ways by Chris Godwin. Just the overall skill and the way that Godwin can play all over the field, as Johnny attested to. I think that you're looking at a situation where if you're going to invest in one of these guys, invest in Godwin. Unless Mike Evans starts to slip in ADP, then you're looking at a situation where Evans could be some value. But Evans is not, in my mind, the wide receiver 1 that he used to be. Especially, he doesn't have that upside without Jameis Winston peppering him. Even though he stopped doing that at the end of last year.
Tom Brady threw for 4,057 yards last year, which was 7th best in the league. That is insane.
Wow.
All
right, maybe he will lead the league.
Maybe he will lead the league. But I mean, that's...
I don't know. I think I just have to feel that I don't know. I'm having a hard time believing that Brady's going to come in and replicate what Winston did as far as. And the other thing is efficiency, right, Johnny? Like, if this offense is more efficient under Brady, which it will tend to be, you're not going to turn the ball over as many times. They may not need to. Yeah, they're not going to be in as many shootouts, I would imagine. So that's some food for thought on those two as you get ready for your drafts. Be thinking about what Brady means. Yes, Brady's exciting on paper, But like, what does it actually mean? What does it all mean, Basil?
What does it all mean, Basil? I would rather be a year too early or 2 years or 3 years too early than to be a year too late. So I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast. You can hear more from John and Travis on Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at TF Whisperers.